Why, hello there, fellow frights and all the like. The Dragon Lover 95 here. I'm here with, of course, the Ice Queen herself.
What is up, freaks, creeps, bitches, and everything in between? Rosefang, Bloodfang here once again. And like we said in the last video, we have a very special guest.
Yes, we've been hyping this up, so do introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. It is me, the Candy Mare. And do you mind telling us what we're doing today?
We're actually going to be reacting to the finale of Something Sweet to Bite. And we thought since this horrifically delicious horror story featured our dear friend Candy here, why not have her here during the finale as our special guest? So welcome, Candy Mare.
Thank you. So, shall we get this started, girls?
She may be
Oh,
scary,
yeah.
but don't worry, she's really sweet. Not both figuratively and literally.
All right, let's get this
Let's
started.
begin. It's still kind of funny how that we had trouble with the freaking pause thing. It's just like that was the most that startled us.
Oh God.
By the time it was all over, Twilight and her friends were all soaked in scarlet. Twilight's once white lab coat was a lost cause, dyed almost completely crimson by the stinking fluids that gushed from the candy mare, and from her friends' dead and bodies. Pinky, Scootaloo, and Sweetie Belle returned to the library together, the ordeal rendering them silent as they walked like automations through the streets.
I mean, after everything they
Nat
saw,
returned long
yeah.
enough to design a few ponies to gather up the remains of the dead, helping the injured to the hospital and cleaning up the town square. After giving out the orders, she immediately broke into hysterical laughter and was led away by a few kind ponies. Twilight suspected they
Well,
would
the
be
mayor's gone, lost it.
She
Yeah.
thought as they trudged through the dark streets about who might
I
be the
mean,
next mayor.
considering everything that's happened before,
Really,
I'm pretty sure a lot of ponies will be
to keep from thinking about what they had just
like
seen.
brought to the mental
Had
ward.
done. And the sad, hateful
look at
little
me.
monster that had hurt so many.
Yeah, right. You were
Agnes
literally the
trapped
cause
herself,
of it all.
lest she too would need
No,
some
I
kind
would
ponies to
never.
guide her away.
But then again, who was the catalyst?
Relatively
Yeah,
unsure
thanks a lot for that, Lemon Drop, you jerk.
it was
I was
likely
referring
that
to the Phillies,
aware of what had
Yeah.
occurred.
but
Phillies and Colt still went from house to house trick-or-treating.
I mean,
Spike
fair
waved
enough.
cheerfully
All
to
three
them
of
as
them
they
are
came
at
closer
fault.
to
Let's
the
be real
library.
Yep.
Without saying a word to one another, the four ponies decided to go around the
By
back
the way,
entrance.
Candy, how did they taste?
Side, the costume in the trash
God, that
bin
sounds
before
so
opening the
bad.
back door and entering her home. The library was still decorated with bats. Twilight found herself unconsciously counting them over and over.
Counting
She didn't want
bats.
to think about what she had to do next.
Because
The letter she would have to
Of
I
write
guess
to
that
course.
works.
What lesson has she learned from all this? Was it even a lesson worth learning?
I highly doubt it's a lesson.
As she
I
guided
guess
the
don't
exhausted
toy with
children
tainted
upstairs.
candy, I guess?
After everything that happened, she
don't
couldn't
fuck
dream
around with the
just yet.
supernatural.
Scootaloo and Sweetie
Yeah,
Belle
that
could
too.
spend the night tonight. Grabbing a few towels for herself and the shivering pair of friends, Twilight dried herself and the two fillies off thoroughly before tucking them into her bed. If need be, she'd sleep on the guest bed tonight.
Aw.
Right now, all that mattered to
Wait,
Twilight
I didn't think Twilight even
was that
had a
she
guest
held the
bed.
girl
I mean,
emotions. They wept
it's
over having
probably
witnessed
a
the
big
carnage
place, though,
loss
Golden
of
Oaks
so many
Library.
friends in the corner of her own eyes as she at last allowed herself to think of what had happened, what she had done, what they almost all had done.
Oh.
Technically, they weren't guilty of cannibalism, but it was close enough that she feared Minnie would be scarred for life by participating in that alone. Tasted on that cursed candy. Twilight bit her lower
That is
lip until it
twisted.
bled to try and hold
That
the
is so
sobs in
twisted.
check. Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle managed to cry themselves silently to sleep. Perhaps their
Aww.
thoughts were the same as her own. Twilight didn't want to wake them with her own sobbing. Before she might lose control completely, she left her bedroom and went downstairs where Pinkie Pie sat, the head of her puppy costume sitting sadly next to her on a low table. There
Aw.
was no moving the bloodstains from
Pinkie.
around its mouth, but the pink
Pinkie.
ponies seemed loath to part with it.
How are they holding up?
Asked Pinkie Pie immediately, and after taking
Oh boy.
loath to part with it.
How are they holding up?
Asked Pinkie Pie immediately, then after taking a good look at Twilight.
How are you holding up?
They're sleeping now.
Just so y'all know, Pinkie Pie is my
wake
favorite.
up in this would have
I
all
can
just
see why.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wish we could all wake up. Twilight's words failed her.
My
Yeah, it
personal
makes you wish.
favorite is Rarity.
It was getting harder each time.
Makes you wish that it was a nightmare.
Yeah, really.
don't know how I'm doing. I want to be strong. I need to be strong.
Oh.
But I've never
Aw,
seen or heard
Twilight.
anything so terrible in any of my studies in my entire life. Not even the chaos of Discord was half as horrible as this.
Oh, honey.
I know.
Hmm.
This
Was
part's
all that
got nothing
Pinkie
on
said
me.
as she wrapped her forelimbs
You know, it's
around
funny how they claim that Discord definitely would seem more tame compared to that. Which sense?
That's Twilight.
Well, yeah, and oh
Wasn't
god,
that?
just imagine if fucking Discord became a candy
He
zombie.
just took care of things.
It would be
Yeah.
interesting.
She squeezed her friend tightly as she
Aw.
said,
Aw,
Twilight, you were the strong one. When all I could think of to do was tell every pony to run, you actually stood up to that monster. All I did was eat a few pieces of candy.
Pinkie gave a self-deprecating smile.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Knew it would be a long time before she would ever feel like she had done anything worthwhile.
I'd better head back to Secret Keep Corner soon to check on the cakes. Will you be alright on your own?
Twilight nodded, though she wasn't at all sure she really would be. She could feel fear gnawing at the pit of her stomach. More fear than she'd felt when she was facing the Candy Mare down. Facing down a monster was somehow easier than facing the consequences of one's own actions. As she guided Pinkie to the front door, the fear seemed to grow inside her.
Oh.
She was about to
Oh,
tell
that's
Pinkie
not
that she
the-
wouldn't be all right.
Climax, people!
Be left alone. When Spike opened the door and stumbled into the pair of ponies. Twilight?
Oh.
Stammered Spike.
Spike?
The front of
Oh,
the baby
God.
dragon's costume was soaked in blood. His sharp teeth were bared in a horrible grimace.
God.
There was no other expression he could make. His lips and most of his face had been ripped off.
Oh, God damn it!
Said, I think there might be something wrong with Rarity. Before
Oh.
collapsing on the spot,
Oh,
just
God!
a single smiling jack-o'-lantern lit the
A
dark
jack-o'-lantern!
Twilight didn't
no.
remember carving any pumpkins. The orange glow washed over the white, ghostly figure that stood on Twilight's
Oh,
front stoop.
God!
Oh.
Casually, callously, blood trickling from her mouth as she slurped down the purple dragon flesh,
Ah!
Oh, God!
though the rest of her body was oddly warped and swollen. Oh, Rarity, what are you doing? Twilight, the white
Twilight, that ain't Rarity anymore.
Nope.
She began to walk slowly inside. As she entered the library, her skin began to brown and blacken. A smell that reminded Twilight of campfires tickled her nose. That was when she realized why Rarity looked so strange and puffy.
Oh,
Her body was nothing but Marshmallow. The creature that had been Rarity made a
Ooh.
strange keen
Yeah.
moan and slunk back into the shadows.
oh,
Inside the library,
God!
her
I
on
guess
and off.
she really would win the Chubby Bunny Challenge!
Understand? What's going on? Why is this happening? Twilight turned to Pinkie, desperate for answers.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I don't know, Twilight, but I don't feel so good.
The pink pony doubled over in
Pinkie?
pain, clutching her stomach as she retched up a gout of blood and candy. She collapsed
Ah!
Oh!
and writhed on the floor in agony.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Twilight, help me. Please, help me.
To her horror, her friend's skin began to crack, blood seeping from the fresh wounds and
Oh!
her big blue bloodshot eyes were forced up out of their sockets and hung by their nerve endings as she gurgled.
Oh!
Is it weird that this is like an M-rated version of that one moment when she just said,
Herself as
"Go,
her own
Pinkie!"
intestines began to rise from her mouth, spilling with a wet slap on the floor of the library.
Oh, that's nasty!
Like a gore-filled balloon, splattering viscera all over the library.
Oh, God, Candy, that is messed up,
Slowly
dude.
stood where
It's
a
not my
hardy
fault.
pony had once been.
No one told her.
It still looked like her after a
Oh,
fashion.
that is so twisted.
Darkness
Oh,
engulfed the
God.
library as every
Ah.
light died, save the harsh, orange glow coming from the pumpkin on the stoop. Even by the dim light, however, it was plain that the pink pony's flesh had taken on the consistency of bubble gum, and her mane and tail were now as cotton candy.
Oh
In the sudden
God.
darkness, there was silence in the library.
Oh God,
It
that's
didn't last long.
nasty.
A susurrant of voices whirled through the books, flipping pages and flapping the wings of fake bats. From Pinky's former flesh, something white and shiny began to move, began to piece itself back together. A shattered skull took shape, rolled into so that the empty eye sockets gazed up at Twilight. A spine began to
Oh
wiggle
God.
back, wiggled and squealed. Over and over as it rolled around in what was left of one of Twilight's best friends. Already, the Candy Mare was coming back.
Oh boy.
A voice giggled. A new jack-o'-lantern flared to life just below the Pinky monstrosity's grinning face.
Candy
Her
girl.
teeth were pink needles of rock candy. What a fight! Another voice joined in, as the thing that had once been Rarity came inside and politely closed the door behind her.
Well, at least she has some standards.
Twilight ran, stumbling in a panic in the dark. She had to make it upstairs. She had to save the children, if no pony else. She wouldn't let them be devoured in their sleep. As she clambered up the stairs, the twisted
Oh
monsters that had once
God.
been her friends came calmly, if jerkily, behind her. As she made it to the landing, two small, grinning pumpkins awaited her. In their
Oh
dusky light,
no.
Twilight
Oh
could
no,
see
they ate
it
the
was already
candy.
too late. Two
Oh.
pairs of gumdrop eyes glistened at her from a single
Bad
gelatinous
idea.
form that writhed amid
Very
the
bad
mire of
idea.
blood and tangled sheets. In death, Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle had fused into a single grotesque entity.
Oh, great, amalgamation.
Better that they
That's
had gone to their
lovely.
sleep. Their twinned mouths gurgled as one.
Creepy.
Twilight
Oh.
could hear some pony
That
hammering on
is
the front door.
so many levels
Wanted
of
to shout,
nasty.
"Run! Get away!" However, even as she filled her lungs to scream,
It's
she realized
Fluttershy.
there was no hope. The fear churning inside her guts began to spread, filling her with pain beyond
Oh
imagining.
God, that's
She could
fucking
feel her
horrible.
skin stretching,
Yeah.
her bones popping, and something
Oh
Twilight.
God.
was like thousands of tiny mouths biting her, eating her from the inside out. What
Oh.
was worse,
Ow.
was playing out behind her eyes. So much death, so much pain. In the endless darkness of moonless existence, one could scarcely call night. But she could see it.
God.
But she could see the firelit circle of life, and that bright light and heat pained her deeply. All life must be extinguished if she were to know the peace and safety of the dark, if she were to escape the fear that replaced every fiber of her being. Twilight writhed on the bathroom floor, not even noticing the blood seeping from her every orifice.
Oh.
She just
Oh,
wanted
that's
to
gross.
stop.
Ugh.
She just wanted to die.
Oh
The
God
tiny glances of
damn.
her friends drew close to her pain-wrecked body. She didn't resist. At least this way, the end will be swift, she thought. She wouldn't become like them. The creatures that had been Rarity and Pinkie Pie started to eat her with gusto, beginning with her stomach.
Ah,
She
nasty.
slurped her flesh and fat from the inside out.
Ugh.
Even as they ate
Ew.
her, Twilight could see a fifth jack-o'-lantern flare to life. It was her own
So would you
pain
rather become glue or a piece of candy?
surface. She could tell instantly.
Do I have to answer
Her
that?
eyes trained to see
Jolena.
magic. It was no
Jolena.
ordinary candle that burned inside the shell, but the light of a
Those
very own life,
jack-o'-lanterns are
a
souls.
life that was being taken from her.
Ah,
The
what do you know,
flicker of
people?
its
We got
flames was
somebody
the last
somebody
thing
else
Twilight
coming in to
saw
join
before
us.
the light faded from her eyes
Ugh.
completely.
Oh, that's
Something
fucking nasty.
Yes,
Hey,
but the
Shiro.
last Twilight saw before the light faded from her eyes completely. Something new
Oh, fuck,
rose
that's
from the tattered
nasty.
gloom that was once the element of magic.
Twilight's now one of them.
Saw the world
No, that's
through the
fantastic.
eyes. Something whispered, "Hungry."
Some kind of grape candy? I don't even know.
I'm thinking like Laffy Taffy.
Knocked on the
And-
palace
oh,
main entrance
Luna.
thundered through the halls.
Luna.
It was very strange,
Luna.
thought Luna. The Nightmare Night
Nice
Ball
to
had
see
been
you
thrown in
again.
her honor and had ended hours ago. Her poor, sweet sister Celestia had already stumbled to bed quite some time ago, giving leave to most of the servants to take their rest as well. Luna suspected she might have to raise the sun in the morning in her sister's stead. Not that she minded. It had been one of the most wondrous nights Luna could remember. It was true she had ended up having to scrap her plans to visit Ponyville as she had promised, but she was sure that the children would understand. It was the dead of the night now. However, the moon having long ago set, usually only herself and the night guard were active at these wee morning hours. In fact, it was odd that one of the guards hadn't answered the knocking that threatened to wake the whole palace. Though it was their lot to patrol the night, the night guard did take on their duties as the palace guards when Luna was in residence.
This is so fucked
Where
up.
were they? Striding quickly, yet gracefully, Luna went to the grand door in the main hall and used magic to unlock and raise the ponderously heavy...
Wait, what happened to her horn? It's not in the art.
Sounded once more, louder this time.
No, the
With
horn's
a less
on the top of
exertion,
her head.
Princess of the Night opened the golden
well, I just
door,
don't see it.
preparing to demand what exactly
her
was
hair,
going
yeah.
on. The words turned into a gasp of shock. She knew what happened to the guard now. The drawbridge had been left down,
Oh.
and the gates of the castle walls were open
That's
as usual.
so many levels
A
of
sea of
wrong.
ponies teemed
Yes.
and noodling as far as the eye could see. Each grinning face was lit by a jack-o'-lantern that sat glowing cheerfully with their hooves. That was disturbing enough. But what was worse were the dead bodies broken in half and half-eaten piled at the palace door.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god, that's gross.
Bodies, mouth twisted into an expression.
I know you guys like fast food, but sheesh, do you have to make a mess?
Really down at Luna,
Apparently.
the one creature who'd ever managed to slow her down. As the mare's candy corn grin parted, the sound of her childlike voice echoed in unison from the army of candy ponies.
Trick or treat.
Well, that was it, everyone. That was the
Yeah,
Something
that
Sweet
was-
to Bite story.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Ooh. Damn.
I will say, quite a series. Quite a series, and rewatching this, it was like watching it the first
Oh.
time all over again.
Yeah, it was just as twisted as I remembered. Candy, I tip my ice cream hat to you, my dear. You have truly concocted a wonderfully horrific treat this
And
this
I
October.
offer basically my soft candy tail. Don't worry, they grow back.
I guess y'all can understand what happened to dear Princess Luna. How
Yep.
sad.
We have a pretty good idea. But honestly, Candy, your story has both horrified and heartbroken us.
Mhm.
It's all right.
Especially
all
with the
know what
sequel with more
happened.
context.
It's all right though. We all know what happened, and
Yep.
what happened to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, fuck him. You did the world a favor by devouring him.
Yes, you did Equestria a favor.
And for that, we thank you.
Hey, yup.
So, everybody, that was Something Sweet to Bite. Overall, I thought that was a very interesting story.
Especially when it came to the details and the horror themes and such.
Oh, yeah. That was, and the sound effects just made it even more of a chilling ride, but it was very well executed.
Well, pretty much say it's it definitely is a worth. If any of you want to basically have a good time, having a good spook and such, consider watching this.
Oh, hell yeah. Everybody involved in the making of it did an absolutely stellar job, and y'all should be very proud of yourselves.
Yes,
That's what I have to say.
but the sequel, man, or I guess it would be midquel,
I
will
think-
definitely be even more fun to rewatch.
Oh yeah, Home Sweet Home. We'll be doing that in December, people.
Yep.
I just gotta say thank you very much for having me on this. I feel very thank you. I'm very happy that I got
Of
to
course.
be in this.
Well,
Yes.
of course, it wouldn't be a proper reaction if we didn't have the Candy Mare herself as our special guest.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna have an interesting time basically doing the thumbnail.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody, that is all for this time. Until next time, my creeps and freaks, stay spooky.
And don't forget, everyone.
I love how I just walked in on this completely zoned out.
I guess
I got in here zoned out when I was like literally mid-game of Little Misfortune. I'm zoned out. I imagined myself as the child. And I just got in here because the voices told me to. And I'm just like, bro, what concoction of candy and chaos is this? I'm going back to my Little Misfortune world.
So apparently we have our blue raspberry monster.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep.
My name's Wisp. I just got here.
You just gave your like.
You are basically the interdimensional furry who happens to shapeshift ever so often.
Yes. I came full circle and staying as a wolf. I think a wolf is my calling.
Oh my god. Well, everybody, we'll see
Don't
you
get
next.
me started.
Yep. We'll see you all later.
And as one would say, have a happy night.
Happy Halloween, y'all. I don't know how to get help me.